Guys, this is All Stream That, back with another episode of Farming Simulator 17, Lone Oak Farm. And today we're going to be sowing 35, and we are also going to be doing some work on 45. It needs plowed and sown. So, yes, we can definitely plant wheat, we can plant barley, we can plant canola. And we could also plant potatoes, sugar beets, poplar, and grass at this point in time. And we are going to be planting some wheat today. And that will be here on 35. So let's go ahead and get started on that. And I think what we are going to do is we are going to go ahead and do the edge of the field, and then we're going to turn it over to a worker in hopes that they can do it without messing up. So I have a feeling that this is going to be a very, very different series, with only being able to plant things at certain times and harvest at certain times. So it's definitely going to be interesting to see how everything plays out. And let's hope that we can get everything in on time that we want to. So, and as you can see, I did not plow all of 35. I think I'm going to keep the, the eastern half of the field that's still grass. I think I'm going to keep it as grass. And I don't think we're going to plant anything on the field that's just south of here this year, but we might. So if we don't plant anything this year, then, or if we don't plant anything this season, then we will definitely get to it next season. So we might do some plowing over there, in between the fertilizing of the fields and everything else that we have to do to these to get them ready for harvest, just so that way we have something to do. Okay, it doesn't like that little area there, I guess. It kind of... Actually, you know what? That might have been the front of my front loader that hit that. So that may not have been the game. But the plan with this is to do a few episodes a week. And we're going to keep it going until Farming Simulator 19 comes out. And then we're going to have some fun with that. And what I had to do is I had to go and actually buy some fertilizer. I could not find any on the farm. So, which is fine. I've got no problem with that. Let's go ahead and we will hire a worker for this. And we already have our plow hooked up. Of course, we need to start the engine. And we are headed down to 45. It should be this one right down here. So we want to leave 44 alone. Okay, and here is 45. Let's lower the plow, and we're going to do the edges. And what we might do, I think I'm going to go ahead and just cut straight across here. And we might make all of that over there grass. So, and again, I'm not entirely sure what I want to do with any of the land that we have here. So it's a whole new map. We can do whatever we need to it in order to make it work the way that we want it to. And was that a straight cut? That looks like it was fairly straight. So let's see if we can follow this line around. And because we've got a little bit of time, we can afford to not get everything the first time around. We can afford to go back and clean up what we miss. And there are some oddly shaped fields which I like. I think I like them a lot better. I think I like the look of the map with the oddly shaped fields better than the perfectly square straight lines. So it's definitely going to make working the fields that much more interesting, having to work with the different shapes of the fields. Okay, so what you've just seen is field 35 is done for now. It's been seeded, and we have a second plow which we have bought running on 45. And this tractor that I am running right now is leased along with the front loader and the forks. And what we are doing with this is we are running seed and fertilizer from the store to the farm. And the reason for that is I don't want to keep buying the seed and fertilizer directly. So this is how I am going to be doing it, is buying the seed and fertilizer and setting that all up at the farm. I do have a couple of the of the solid fertilizer, back there already. I think I've got one more sitting at the store waiting for me. So let's see what we've got here. We've got 4 liquid fertilizer, 1 solid fertilizer, and 3 seed. So let's go ahead and get this final solid fertilizer back. There we go. And then we will come back, we will pick up the liquid, and then we will pick up the seed last. And I'm not quite sure where I want the seed, but I do have a shed that is set aside just for the fertilizer. And I will see you back at the farm when we have everything all set up. plowing field 45. Field 44 may or may not be empty this year. I'm not sure yet. Let's go ahead and put this plow away, and it should be see, where did we have this? I think we had this back here. We did. We had it right there, but because we now have two, we want them to be parked in the same bay. Okay, and it's not letting me do what I want to here. Okay, there we go. Alright, so we have that put away. We have returned the forks that we leased, along with the tractor and the front loader. So now we need to pick that up. And the only thing that's left down there is seed. And I believe we've got 3 pallets of seed. I still don't know what I want to do with 44. I don't know if I want to leave it. What we might do is we might go ahead and get it plowed. It looks like it's a pretty square field, so we may go ahead and plow it, and then we might put a late game or a later season crop on there. And I just dropped my weight. There we go. We may or may not need it. I know that we needed it for the liquid fertilizer, otherwise we would tip, and we don't want to tip. So it is 2 o'clock in the afternoon. This might be our last little thing for the day. I have been looking at some fields, just kind of scouting, and field 29 looks like it might be a good small field later on to do some root crops for pigs. So that is definitely going to be an option. And I've been scouting quite a few of the smaller ones. Field 10 is fairly small, and so is field 11. And then right up here we have field 2. That looks to be a fairly good sized field, but there are trees growing in the middle of it, so that might be a concern. Then fields 22 and 23 look like decent small fields, and so does 14, unless 14 goes all the way up. Which it might. So we're going to stop here. Let's go ahead and turn the engine off. This right here, I think, is part of field 14, but I'm not sure. maybe not. This right here looks like it might be the edge of the field, so field 14 might be a good small field. Out this way, this would be good just to bring my mower. So yeah, this right here I think is field 14. So I don't think that whole thing is 14. So 14 might be another good one to take a look at later on. And then this right here, we may just take care of this ourselves for mowing. But let's go ahead, we will close the gate for them. And we have some small ones up north too. 5 and 6, and even 7 is even smaller. So let's pick up our pallets. We will get them into their home. And I started going to and from the store this way. It just seems a little bit quicker. The reason I was going the other way is I wanted to keep a periodic eye on the plow, because the workers seem to have some issues. And once we got those resolved, then I didn't need to go that way anymore. But that way was really, really busy. I pulled over more than a couple times to let traffic pass. And that's an oddly shaped field, field 11. Okay, I'm gonna take it slow up here where it gets off of this road and gets onto the gravel, because that little bump, there we go. I lost a couple pallets of fertilizer on that little area. But yeah, I think field 29, once we get pigs, we're going to have to buy that, and that's going to be for root crops. I don't know what I would do with 30. And I went the wrong way. You know what, we're just gonna wait until we get to the grass. Okay, so here's what we've been doing. This right here is where we're going to put all of the seed and fertilizer. There we go. Oop. So we're going to put our seed here, and our fertilizer is all over there. Okay, there we go. I was going to put them in here, but there's no door on that, and I kind of wanted to keep everything completely enclosed. So I don't know what I'm going to do with that shed. I mean, there's a lot of small buildings there that I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do with yet, but we will definitely figure something out for all of them. And then I think there is some stuff at the pig farm. I think there's a building there that we can store stuff in. And we're going to make a quick stop, and I'm going to check that out. There is. Okay, there's a nice building that we can keep stuff at here. So we've got this whole building that we can keep stuff in. So yeah, we can definitely work with that. And then we have a building over there too. So that right there is where the pigs are, and then we've got yeah, I like that. We've got a seed place there. So yeah, we can definitely put all our potato stuff in here, or our beet stuff, and one or the other really. So there's going to be no shortage of space. And we're just going to take this out to the road, maybe? No. We are not. Because there is no gate. Okay, so we're definitely going to be utilizing this place once we get some pigs. And that is going to do it for this episode of Lone Oak Farm. And thank you for watching. My name is All Stream That. Hit that like and subscribe button and ring the bell for notifications.